Hello! Today we're going to be talking about the anatomy of a neuron using our good friends from giant microbes. Now the neuron is the cell of the nervous system. They come in various shapes and sizes, but we're going to use this one for our modeling purposes. Now this main portion right here is called the cell body or soma. Connected to the cell body, we have these branches. Now it looks like these branches go out, but as far as signal purposes, they are coming in. The signal will go in. These are called the dendrites. So a neuron has lots of dendrites bringing signals in to the cell body. On the other hand, a neuron only has one axon, or where the signal goes away from the cell body. So this is an axon. Now, many but not all neurons will have a little fatty lining around the axon called a myelin sheath. The material is called myelin, so myelin sheath. That, for our purposes, we'll say kind of insulates that axon, helping to have faster conduction of the nerve impulse down. And then when we get to the end, we have the branches of this axon, and those are called the terminal ends. These terminal ends are what then come in contact with whatever the target of this neuron is. So if it's another neuron, then those terminal ends will come in contact with the dendrites of a different neuron. The signal comes from this one, goes to this one. On the other hand, we might be sending a signal to a muscle, a myocyte, in which case we send the signal right there into that muscle cell. Now, although it is an electrical impulse that goes down the neuron, no electricity is sent from the terminal ends. Instead, at that connection point, which is called a synapse, at that connection point, neurotransmitters, special chemicals, will be released from the terminal ends. They'll cross over to the cell that is the target and spark a reaction in that cell. So as a review, we got the cell body of the neuron, the dendrites that receive signals, the axon surrounded by its myelin sheath, the terminal ends, and then where it comes in contact with its target is called the synapse. If the signals of this neuron are heading toward the central nervous system, we say it's a sensory neuron. If the signals are heading away from the central nervous system, we say they are motor neurons. And if it's sending signals between areas of the central nervous system, so between two brain regions or between the spinal cord and the brain, we say they're interneurons or associative neurons.